Now moving to page 14 of your NCERT chapter, France abolishes monarchy and become a republic. In this we will see a war against Prussia and Austria. The situation in France continued to be tense. Although Louis XVI signed the constitution, but he entered into a secret negotiations with King of Prussia. That is, he started asking help from other monarchies, the neighboring monarchies around the France. Other neighboring kings were also worried about the developments in France and they planned to send their troops in order to help Louis XVI. Now on April 1792, National Assembly declared war against Prussia and Austria. These were the two monarchies who were helping Louis XVI. Before they can do anything in France, the National Assembly declared war on Prussia and Austria. This was a war of people against kings of all over the Europe. The patriotic song that became popular was the Marseillaise, which was composed by poet Roget. The Marseillaise is now the national anthem of France. After this, the last section of the population were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further. Why? Because the Constitution of 1791 gave political right only to the richer section of the society. If you remember, active voters and passive voters. So people started forming political clubs. The most successful of these clubs was that of Jacobins. So Jacobins was a sort of political club. The Jacobins came to be known as sans-culottes, meaning those without knee breeches. Meaning the Jacobins wore long striped trousers similar to those worn by the dock workers. At that time, nobles in France, the nobility in France used to wear knee breeches, and opposite to that, the Jacobins used to wear the full trousers. Now, page 15 of your NCERT book, The End of Constitutional Monarchy. On August 10, 1792, the Jacobins led a large number of people who were angered by the short supplies of food and high prices of bread. They stormed the palace of Tuileries. The king's guard were killed and the king was held hostage for several hours. Later, elections were held. From now, all men of 21 years and above, regardless of wealth, got the right to vote. So please remember that under Jacobins, all men of 21 years, regardless of their wealth, got the right to vote. The newly elected assembly was called Convention. When monarchy was abolished in 1789, the National Assembly came into being. And now, when Jacobins came, the government was called Convention. On September 21, 1792, it abolished the monarchy and declared France a republic. So finally now, from constitutional monarchy, now France became a republic. There will be no hereditary monarchy now. Louis XVI was sentenced to death and by boycott on the charges of treason, and on 21 January 1793 he was executed. Finally, Louis XVI was gone now in 1793. So now moving further to page 16. Now we will talk about the Reign of Terror. Now after the death of Louis XVI in 1793, the Reign of Terror began now. The period from 1793 to 94 is referred to as the Reign of Terror. Robespierre, now he was the leader of the Jacobins Club, Robespierre. He followed a policy of severe control and punishment. All those whom he saw as being enemies of republic were arrested, imprisoned and then executed. He used to execute people by using a device which consists of two poles and a blade, which is called guillotine. This device was invented by Dr. Guillotin. Now this Robespierre, he set a maximum ceiling on wages and prices. Meat and bread was rationed in France. Peasants were forced to sell their grain at a price fixed by the government. Churches were shut down. Their buildings were converted into the barracks and offices. Instead of sir and madam, all French women and men were considered as French citizens. Terror was the order of the day during Robespierre. Those who rose in the convention calling for an end to the terror were its next victim. Finally, the Jacobins had enough. Robespierre was arrested and executed on July 1794. So, the period from 1793 to 94, the people of France was in terror because of the Robespierre's strict policies, his severe control measures. The people were terrified in France. So, after Robespierre was executed in July 1794, now came the Directory. So, we'll be talking about now Directory, the page 17 of your chapter. The fall of Jacobin government, as Robespierre was executed, allowed wealthier middle class now to form Directory. Now again in 1795, new constitution was introduced, which denied the vote to non-propertied section of society. Again now voting rights were taken from the lower section of the society. So in 1795, Directory came to rule France. In Directory, there was executive made up of 5 members. So instead of one man dictatorship, like Robespierre used to be a dictator, now 5 persons will rule France in form of Directory. However, again the directors often clash with the legislative council, so again political instability will be there in the France, and this political instability of the Directory paved the way for the rise of a military dictator, Napoleon Bonaparte. Now page 18 of your chapter. Did women have a revolution? From the very beginning, women were active participants in the events. Most women of the third estate had to work for a living. They worked as domestic help, sold flowers, fruits and vegetables at the market. Most women did not have access to education or training. Only daughters of the elite, nobles and the wealthier people could study. Women also started joining political clubs, and the famous one was the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. This was the most famous political club. Continuing the same topic, did women have a revolution, on page 19? Women were disappointed by the Constitution of 1791. As you remember, women were not given the voting rights according to the Constitution of 1791. Women were considered as a passive citizen. But revolutionary government did introduce laws that helped to improve the lives of the women in France, like schooling was made compulsory for girls, marriage was according to their will, divorce was made legal, women could now train for jobs and run small business, women launched suffrage movement. Suffrage movement means protest for their voting rights. And finally, in 1946, voting rights were given to the women in France. See the conservative society of France. France became republic in 1848 and the women got the voting right in 1946. And see our society, the Indian society, we became independent in 1947 and everybody irrespective of gender, caste, religion got equal voting rights in our country. Now moving to page 21 of your chapter, we'll talk about slavery here, the abolition of slavery. One of the most revolutionary social reforms of the Jacobin regime, the period 1793 to 94, was the abolition of slavery in French colonies. The slave trade began in the 17th century. French merchants, they sailed from the ports of Bordeaux or Nantes to the African coast, where they bought the slaves from the market, the African coast. From there they used to bring the slaves to France. Now exploitation of the slaves labor made it possible to meet the growing demand in the European markets for sugar, coffee and indigo. All this slave they used to work on the fields. Port cities like Bordeaux, Nantes, these were the port cities in France. They owed their economic prosperity to the flourishing slave trade. In 1794, the Jacobins abolished slavery from France. So, the Jacobin regime, it abolished the slavery from France in 1794. But again, Napoleon introduced slavery in 1804. And finally, when France became republic in 1848, the slavery was abolished. Now moving to page 22 of your chapter, The Revolution and Everyday Life. The year following 1789 in France saw many changes in the lives of the people. Like the ban on press was removed, newspaper, books, printed material, it flooded the towns of the France. Plays, songs, folk dances, folklores were also used to infuse the spirit of nationalism in the minds of the people. Now moving to page 23 of your chapter and finally concluding the chapter, Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself as the Emperor of France. In 1804, he introduced Napoleonic Code, and its main features are the right to property granted, establish equality before law. The Napoleonic Code, the Civil Code of 1804, it established equality before law. Uniform system of weights and measures were introduced by Napoleon. Initially, many saw Napoleon as a liberator, but as you know, power spoils the mind of the people. So from liberator, Napoleon became dictator. Finally, Napoleon was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. But many of the Napoleon's revolutionary ideas of liberty and modern laws made a lasting impact in Europe.